What it do, YouTube, man? It's your boy Bezo with Wheels, and I want to dive right into it. They say the game is to be sold, not told, but I kind of feel like that's kind of BS because I could tell about 2,000 people right now exactly how to run a business, exactly how to paint a car, exactly how to go be successful. I could give them the shoes that I walk in right now and tell them go make it happen. And I guarantee out of that 2,000, about 6 to 8 people are probably going to take it and run with it because not everybody is motivated. Not everybody, you can have a game and not be motivated. What you gonna do with it? So a beginner such as myself, I would like to give you guys the blueprint, the insight on pretty much what I started with. Paint guns, air compressors, the tools, the paint type, all of that good stuff. And what I started with from the beginning of my channel 8 months ago to what I'm currently using now, the new guns, the new air compressors, the new brands and paint, what I did to the shop, what I started, all that good stuff. And I really want to speak to the ones that feel like they want to be a painter, but the current position that they in, it feel like it's impossible. But no, I'm here to tell you it's not impossible. I want to be able to give you that hope that okay, I can do this shit. Like, I got you. So when I first, as y'all can see, we got some upgrades. Yes, indeed. I'm telling you, like, this was it was expensive. Yes, watch, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. Yeah, that was tough. I did not want to spend that money. I took the old fan out. That 50 bucks. No, I think that was like 50 bucks. You gotta crawl before you walk. You might see this big, beautiful paint booth and you can't get it. You gotta build it. You gotta build it. You literally gotta, it's like an old school car. That mug a piece of junk. Sorry, O'Shea. But it's a piece of junk now. But you throw that $20 in there. You throw that 15 one day. You ain't got it, so you throw 7 in there. And then before you know it, you done spent, I don't know, 5,000, and you like, damn, and it took you a year, so what? It paid off. You didn't even realize you spent that money. So, yeah, man, I spent about 140 bucks on some fans. Some fans. Damn, I did not, and then the lights. I needed $20 a pop. I started off with like 2 turned into 4 turned into more. Hey, look, I'm telling you, I'm at 9 lights right now, so, don't be discouraged, man. When I first started, I had a $20 Harbor Freight paint gun. This was $20. I was spraying with a $20 for like 4 months. This $20 one, this $20 paint gun bought me a $250 AccuSpray. This $250 one, it still works. They all work still. This $250 one bought me a $700 DV1. I know it's dirty, but the inside is clean. It's working great, but keep your guns clean. Yeah, this bought that $250 one bought me the $700 one. After that, you know, then you can move up to your SATA 5000, your SATA 5500, another SATA 5000, then another SATA, you know, you gotta literally start from the bottom. You gotta work your way up and stay humble, stay focused, stay dedicated, all that good stuff. Okay, so I started off my painter beginner, speaking to you beginners, go get you, if you're on a budget such as myself, go get you that $20 paint gun from Harbor Freight. Go get you a $30 air hose, Harbor Freight. Go get you the appropriate sandpaper for the job and the appropriate amount of sandpaper for the job. You don't have to go and buy boxes of sandpaper. If you're painting a car or I don't know, get you the sheets that you need. Maybe you need 400, 600, 800. Go get you a few sheets, Harbor Freight. What else? Get you some rolls of tape, Harbor Freight. I go to my local paint store, but you can go get this stuff from Harbor Freight. My extra air hose thing, Harbor Freight, like 50 bucks. Masking paper, I went to my local paint store, but you can probably get it from Harbor Freight. What else? A lot of 99% of this stuff is probably hand-me-downs, except for the paint. Like, that's it. Let's go talk about, so look, we didn't spend about $20. We didn't spend $20 at Harbor Freight on the paint gun. Next paycheck, we didn't grab the $30 air hose. Next paycheck, we didn't grab some Scotch-Brite. Oh yeah, we're gonna need some Scotch-Brite, some sandpaper and some tape and some paper. That's next paycheck, we didn't spend about $30, $40. Now, this is the paycheck we're gonna have to save up a couple because this is probably the most expensive thing that you're gonna have to buy as a beginner when you come to paint, is your air compressor. Now, Let's talk. All right, let's top it up. The first 5 to 6 months that I started painting cars, I literally had a 20-gallon air compressor tank. It was literally $200 from Harbor Freight. Yes. To answer your question, you can paint a car with a 20-gallon tank. $200 from Harbor Freight. I don't care what anybody say. You gotta start somewhere. You gotta crawl before you walk. If you can't go get $700 tank, if you can't go get a $700 tank, then go to the cheapest one. If you can't get that one, go get the cheapest one. I don't care. You gotta start somewhere. Don't let anybody persuade you or talk you out of buying what you can only afford. So, if you want to wait and save, then by all means, go ahead, save up for it. But I'm telling you how I did it and how my 20-gallon, $200 air compressor bought me a 60-gallon, $700 one. So, now the difference between my old 20-gallon tank and my 60-gallon tank is the old one, the small one, was loud as hell, and this one is much quieter, it's much smoother, and it's faster and stronger, way better. Anyways, 20-gallon tank, 20-gallon tank right here. As soon as you start spraying the hood, the front door, the back door, and that's all you got. You're out of air. Now you gotta wait approximately 4 minutes and like 37 seconds to fill back up. And versus this one, you got 60 gallons, you start spraying the hood, and then it cuts on, the motor cuts on, and it fills right back up as you're spraying. The other one, the 20-gallon, you could be spraying, and then the motor cuts on, and it's just gonna keep draining because the motor is so small. The motor isn't able to keep up with the amount of air that you're using. Versus this one, I could literally have somebody painting one car and sanding another car. So I could have 2 hoses to this, and this damn thing probably still cut off. Like, it's just gonna run out of air faster, but the motor will cut on and the air would just fill it right back up. So if you can, go invest and get you one of these. But like I said, man, I started off with a 20-gallon and I rocked it I had the money to go get a bigger one. But I'm like, man, I done got used to using the small one. Speaking of air compressors, my air compressor runs off a 240 volt. The outlet's got the dryer outlet. I'm on a budget. I didn't have the money for somebody to come out here and store a breaker box. I don't have a breaker box out here, honestly. There it is, right there. No, as a matter of fact, this house came like that. Whoever worked out here, they had their own wood shop, so they got a bunch of outlets everywhere, but some of the power is getting pulled off from the house. And my 240 is going a foot underground all the way to the dryer door. So if you curious on how you going to set your 240, that's the same way I do. Yes, that cord is, I think it's like 75, 100, maybe 150 feet long. Yeah, it's 150 feet. All the way, 1 foot down, all the way to the side door. That's why it's so much dirt back here, because I dug all of that up. So if you're curious on where mine is, that's where it's at. So don't stress about that. Other than that, the lights and fans aren't a lot of electricity. That's the only thing I have running, besides if I want my music playing and then my security camera. So definitely. Like I said, man, I started off with the cheapest of the cheapest. Like, I don't think you can get no other cheaper gun than, the $20 Harbor Freight paint gun, a $30 hose, $180, $200 air compressor, and then the appropriate amount of sandpaper that you need. Or if you paint the truck, then obviously get a little bit more on supplies. But as far as actually painting, it's all repetition, man. Your first paint job, you might run it, you might dry shoot it, it might look funny. It's all you gotta learn it. You gotta learn it. Not everybody is a painter, like I said, but if there's something you may be interested in doing, and I hope this video helped out on kind of what you might need to start off with, on what I have now, how long it pretty much took me to get to the position that I'm in right now. As far as that 8 or 9 months, I've been doing it for about 9 months, maybe 10 months now. I don't know, around that area. Other than that, man, I've been out here. This is actually one of my cousin's projects. We got some wheels that got dropped off yesterday to a Raptor. These things will be orange and black. Yeah, this thing is gonna be pretty nice when it's all put together. Right now, man, I'm on this right here. I'm on this bad boy right here. This is the next project that I'm doing. As a matter of fact, this is what I'm on. I actually let my phone charge for a little bit because it did die, and then hopped on this right here. So tell me what y'all think. Yeah, this going to original color, so nothing we can't handle. So yeah, got my little music out here and vibing. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up. But like I said, man, I hope I helped out somebody. All right, so I do want to kind of go over just real quick, real brief. If I was in your guys' position, I don't know, if I had to guess, somebody got a shop, you know, barely big enough for a car, or and they kind of wonder, okay, what's the steps? What would you do? What would you start off with? Honestly, how I started off with, first things I grabbed was lights. Had 2 sets of lights on both sides of the car. They weren't LEDs. If you can preferably get the white LEDs, these are really bright. They last longer. I would take it one step at a time. Like I said, don't be overwhelmed. Start off with what you got. Start off with what you can. Start off with what you can afford. Okay, so my first paint job had the car, obviously. The owner paid for the paint, and then I just did the labor. Honestly, with me starting off, I think I want to say I probably charged them around $600. Communicate with the driver, let them know, hey, this is my first time painting a full vehicle. Bear with me. I know it's not going to be perfect. As long as you communicate, there's nothing to go wrong, you know. Other than that, so had 2 lights. I had 2 lights, fan in the window, fan in the window. If you got a garage that lift up and down, if you got a door, put the fan either where the garage is or where the door is. You want some type of airflow. You need 1 fan at least pulling, 1 fan bringing in the air. Have one of these filters over it, like so, on the back, over the back of the fan. And then everything else is yours, man. You got your lights. You got what you could afford. You got 1 light on each side. You got the paint. You got the primer. Everything you need appropriate for the job. Sandpaper. Look, all that stuff. Do your due diligence on that. And then mainly focus on your shop, man. And quality at the same time. It's all repetition. I don't know if you guys remember the first few videos that I started off with. Look how terrible I was. I can strongly admit, like, I was like, oh my God, who let me paint that car? Oh my God, who let me do that, get away with that? You know what I'm saying? But now I look at it myself now, like, I'm like, damn, I really elevated. I advanced. Like, I see myself daily getting better and better. So just use that as an example, man. Don't come out here or go to your shop thinking you about to spray like crazy, like you about to glass up some stuff. No, it takes time, man. You gotta figure it out. It's all repetition. You gotta get better and better. And then you can up your brands. Man, paint, I'll give you guys an idea. You don't have to watch the rest of the video. But, no, forget it. Watch the rest of the video. Depending on what kind of brands, you can get $50 for a gallon for basic colors, or you can get $135 for a quart of gold, or just depending on, you know, brands. Clear coat, same thing. You can go find some $50, $45 clear coat, or you can go find some $300 clear coat. It's all, you got a Gucci belt, and you got a Walmart belt. Which one you want? So, is the Walmart belt going to do the job, or do you want to go with a little fanciness? You want a little swag to it? I was going to say same thing about guns, but if you can cash out on a gun, get a gun. Because when I was using my $250 one, when I used my $20 one, and I got a $250 one, I was like, oh yeah, the pros use this. This is money. Everybody got a gun like this. And then I was told, like, hey, go get you a DV1. And I was like, no way. Like, it can't get any better than this, but it can. Go get you like a SATA 5000 base coat gun. Now, these are all base coat guns. And then you can go get you a clear coat gun, an Iwata. My pressure, if you're curious, I keep it at about 20, in between like maybe 18 to 23 PSI, depending on days and stuff like that. Iwata, now these guns probably range depending on where you go and who you're dealing with. You can probably find one for about $1,000. Yes, $1,000. They get expensive, but I promise you, they are worth it. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. And the better you get, the more you'll see as far as orange peel and all that good stuff, what to look out for. I'm still learning. I promise I got too much to learn. I got so much to learn. Go buy you some lights. Start off with some lights. Get you 2 fans. Let those fans double up, triple up, quadruple, however you want to do it. You can put fan. And then if you don't say your setup is completely different than mine. Say you just got one big box, no windows, no nothing. Cut them out, man. Use a grinder. I use a grinder. $20 from Walmart. $20 from Walmart. I put the fan right there, damn near taped it, outlined it with a permanent marker, and cut through. I'll go ahead and show y'all this crappy looking job. Hold on. Yes, it's so much neater out here. Yeah, man, that's how we look. Foamed it up. Yes, I did this by myself. So that's how it don't look. It looks terrible out here. But I'm anxious to see how the job is gonna be. I plug it in right here. Boom, boom, boom. We good to go. I go ahead and give y'all a Little sneak peek, hold on. 6 fans pulling at the same time. Super anxious about it. So yes, sir. But in this video, I really want you guys to remember everything you do and everything you buy, it's gonna elevate. It's gonna be, you buy your first paint gun, that paint gun is gonna eventually buy you a better one, and it's eventually gonna have thousands in your account depending on how you are with money. Same thing with the paint suit. Like I was buying a $10 paint suits. Now I stepped it up and bought a little $50 paint suit. Anyways, it's certain stuff like that. Like when you start off, that's my thing, because when I remember where I was when I first started off. I remember how I felt, all of that good stuff. I was like, dang, like I'm only at 75 subscribers. Dang, I'm only this. Dang, I only got, you gotta stop beating yourself up. But if you plan on running a business out of painting body and working on cars and, you know, doing what I'm kind of doing, remember, take your time, don't rush it, let it happen. It's gonna happen. When I first started off, this was not my intentions. I was not planning on running a business of my own like this. This caught me off guard. So yeah, I can't do nothing but appreciate the man above, because look how far I painted a Hellcat. Like, come on now. Like, I'm still gonna always talk about that. So as far as inventory, like I said, take your time, don't rush it. Buy 1 roll of tape, and if you feel like you got it, buy 2 rolls of tape. If you feel like you need to buy a box of sandpaper, buy 2 boxes of sandpaper. That way you stocked up on inventory. If your next project only requires a quart, get half a gallon. Get 2 quarts, you know. If you only need a half a gallon of Bondo, but go ahead and just buy the whole thing. You know, that's if you got it. If you're not like seriously struggling, like I don't have a lot. I mean, it looks like a lot, but it's not like compared to other, you know, shop inventories. But overall, man, like I said, I appreciate y'all watching. If you feel like I've missed anything, let me know. I'm gonna start getting more detailed with my videos as far as how to paint, what's orange peel. I want to get into it a little bit more, because I know it's guys out there that really love the content that I put out. So that only motivates me. Appreciate y'all. Yes, indeed.